This week on SailAway.
Elsa is coming through.
I hope the wind won't take down the playground.
After being in Culebrita for only a day, our decision to stay in Hurricane Alley for hurricane season is already being put to the test.
It's getting rough already. It's going about 20 and it's coming straight back in here, so it's kind of not the best ride right now.
Sometimes it's not fun.
It's never dull though, or rarely dull.
Never dull. How you feeling about this decision? You know?
Later once we get in here all the way.
And a game time snap decision has us awaiting a tropical storm in a tropical paradise.
Ever wish you could escape normal life and experience more of the world?
So meet me on that island. Well, we did just that. We sold everything we owned on dry land and sailed away. Promise me that we'll sail away.
Now we are roaming the planet in search of new adventures and sharing it with you every week.
Just promise me that we'll sail away. So hit subscribe and escape normal with us. And I'll be yours forevermore. Come on, it's just that little button down there. That's it. With Tropical Storm Elsa about to pass uncomfortably close to our south, our first plan was to just stay put at our anchorage in Ensenada, Honda. But we were already debating that decision, and we had some exploring to do.
So yesterday's exploration of the island, as soon as we got here last night, was not so fruitful.
I think that sums it up.
So we've actually done some research now and found a coffee shop that we believe to be open, and hopefully a playground that's close by that's open.
Yeah, and it has something really special that I haven't ride before.
So that's what we're gonna do this morning, and then this afternoon we're probably gonna move the boat because there's a tropical storm that is not gonna hit us, but it'll be close enough that we will get some wind. We're also by an airport. We'll get some wind and rain. So
Elsa is coming through. Looks like it's just going to cut straight across the Caribbean Sea. Hopefully that is what happens, and it'll be late tomorrow night when we feel the effects of it. Probably only looking at wind in the 20s.
I hope the wind won't take down the playground.
Nah, they look pretty sturdy. I think it's good.
Necesito mongonero. Necesito mongonero. Necesito mongonero.
What's up, chickens? It's amazing the ill effects that rain, mud, and darkness can have on a place. Especially when you're tired.
Necesito mongonero.
Nice! Just what you were looking for. Spring car. And a bench. You gonna take your monster truck down the slide? Okay. Well, we got a few things happening. You can go ahead. It's getting rough already. It's going about 20 and it's coming straight back in here, so it's kind of not the best ride right now.
there's a reef right there.
That's a big reef.
Yeah, on both sides. What are we doing?
We're going to Culebrita. Looking pretty clear that the hurricane is not going to track up this way. It's not even a hurricane, it's a tropical storm. And the direction of the wind that we will maybe get from it is sort of perfect for the anchorage in Culebrita. So it should be pretty hard southeast wind, and that thing is tucked up right in the northwest corner and almost fully enclosed. So we're gonna go to Culebrita. Not the smoothest ride we've ever had. morning, Zeke.
Something on a boat, right?
Oh my God, yeah. This is one of those times.
Sometimes it's not fun.
It's never dull though, or rarely dull.
Never dull. Yeah.
We were right there in Culebrita, and we fished around all these little anchorages, came up empty, and now we simply came out the channel. We're making our way up here to Culebrita.
So this snap decision to run to Culebrita was actually option number 3. Number 2 was to head to the mangrove hurricane hole in Ensenada, Honda. However, it wasn't as protected as we'd hoped, and was loaded with derelict boats and sketchy mooring balls, which led to this spur-of-the-moment decision.
How you feeling about this decision? You know?
I'll tell you once we get in here all the way.
Well, if nothing else, it's a pretty beach to land on.
Here we are in Culebrita. We're the only boat here. There was one boat when we pulled in and they've taken off, but it's just us now. Quite beautiful. Tomorrow night is when we're supposed to get our port down. The wind, whatever that will be, I don't think it's going to be that bad. But this is where we're going to hang out until then. It's at a really good angle to the wind. Our boat is pointed almost due east, and the wind will be coming sort of southeast. So very, very protected. Beautiful place. We don't have much for cell phone service, but oh well, it's kind of nice when that goes away. Hopefully tomorrow we'll go check that out. I feel like preparing for the adventure is just so much more of the adventure. All right. We are headed right up there. Somehow.
But waiting fingers crossed for a tropical storm to pass is no reason not to explore. Especially when you find yourself in a tropical paradise with the whole island to yourself.
Treasure Beach, 2 minutes that way. The baths are 10 minutes that way. Playa Tortuga, 2 minutes. El Faro, South Beach, otherwise known as Snorkel Beach.
Hey,
El Faro!
I'll let go of it.
wait, he's this arm.
We haven't figured out how to teach a dog not to step on a cactus.
There you go. Good boy, buddy.
Good job being brave, see?
Good job being brave, Zeke.
Hey Zeke, don't step on cactus.
Alright. Back on
I'll
it.
watch out for prickly pears.
Walk out from prickly pears.
There's a notable fork in the path. And we figure up is probably the right one. So up we go. Starting to get up there.
Short walk up the hill.
And bam, El Faro.
Not so far, The Culebrita lighthouse was completed in 1864 by the Spanish crown to help secure its claim over the island of Culebra. It was one of the oldest operating lighthouses in the Caribbean until its decommission in 1975.
Wow, that is a view. I'm not even up in the lighthouse yet.
That's a big hole right there.
Oh, that's a real big hole.
Here is nothing. This is nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be a door.
El Faro has been damaged extensively by several hurricanes, and according to Wikipedia, is now in danger of collapse.
Look at how many bricks there is right there.
So many.
Now there's 2 more.
First boarded entrance over there is like to some steps that go up to about this high. And I think that was probably open before,
Wait.
because this is the actual. You can see the spiral all the way up.
Yeah, no, I would not.
But I would not go up there.
But yeah, you just hop up to that step right there,
What step?
right to your right, that ledge.
That's a no from me.
So tempting. So there's these boards laying here, and I think somebody's put them here on purpose. So basically, kind of scale these boards up onto that little ledge. And right there is your first steps. This whole part, obviously, is kind of done, but this is like an insane metal post that I'm fairly sure the weight of one person is not going to do anything to that. That's not going anywhere. I really want to try it. Problem is, we're here basically alone with a tropical storm passing south of us, and Lauren would have to get me out of here if I hurt myself, and somehow back to the boat, and then to the hospital if I hurt myself. So these are the things we kind of got to think about. I'm not saying I'm not doing it.
You break your leg at the top, and then there's nothing I can do. Or if you even like do anything, and then I have to try and figure out how to get you down from here to even get help.
But the view. I mean, the view is already pretty good. I guess I'll just have to accept it.
Just
Watch.
stand in the window and get a little bit higher. It'll be fine.
A little sporty out there. You can feel that wind picking up.
Yeah, it's cooler. This video is about disappointment. Sometimes somebody has to be a dream crusher. Sometimes the weather has to be a dream crusher. Sometimes extenuating circumstances on the islands have to be a dream crusher.
Yeah.
And things don't always go the way we planned.
She's saying this because she just kind of talked me down from climbing up the tower that is very obviously closed and dilapidated and falling apart, and would require me to like scale a wall to get to the first step. Because since I knew that this existed on this island, it's kind of all I wanted to do here in the Spanish Virgin Islands. It was my primary thing. I wanted to climb up the top of this tower. But they've closed it. It was always sketchy in the videos we've seen of it, but they had one door open where you could get to like the first step, and they've closed that now. So
it's just been a week of not what we planned.
yeah, and that's life
That's
again.
Sailing.
Yeah. Nothing else. We got the beach.
Yeah.
Alright, probably enough bricks. You're getting brick all over your nice shirt. Still beautiful up here. Our Elsa meal. We've had some close calls with some hurricanes before, and this one is not nearly as close as most. I'm very happy about that.
We still treated it like it was.
I feel like we have, yeah. I hope.
We found a good spot, and we've been watching the weather, and we've been paying attention to make sure anything that, unexpected doesn't actually happen.
Yep. We kind of tidied up outside, put out a little extra scope, actually a lot of extra scope on our anchor chain. Big long snubber.
It's really hard to chop vegetables on a rocking boat.
It is a little rolly right now. I want to go show everybody this nice sunset. Yeah, so it's been a pretty good day. We're always like a little bit on edge whenever we got a hurricane to worry about, no matter how close it is. So we've kind of been like nipping each other a little bit, but then we'll go like do something really nice and fun, and it makes it all better. Whew. It's already pretty windy. I'm gonna fire up our instruments here pretty soon and see what it's blowing, because it feels like it's kicked up a little bit. We're supposed to get our max wind around midnight, 1 a.m. and it's only saying we're going to get maybe 25 knots, maybe 30. So that's not a real big deal. The only thing is we could be a little uncomfortable for part or most of the night. It was a little rolly last night, and with this swell wrapping around and coming in, anytime our boat sort of turns north and south, if it's swinging on the anchor, then we start to roll a little bit. Right about 1 a.m., the wind is supposed to clock around to southeast, like pretty solid, like 45 degrees. And if that's the case, that'll point our stern right at the entrance of this anchorage. And I'm really hoping that happens as soon as possible, because that'll stop all the rolling. We'll pretty much be stern to the swell that's coming in. And we could get a little uncomfortable if the wind picks up and we don't turn, but it's nothing new. We've had that before. Yeah, we wouldn't want to be here for a true hurricane scenario, but for the outer bands that we knew were coming, I feel like this is a good spot. There's no other boats to worry about. Nobody's going to drag into us. Kind of a weird and special experience just being completely alone here. I can't think of anything offhand that we've been to that really equals it, just for sheer beauty of the beach and the anchorage. Hopefully we feel the same way tomorrow morning. That's a nice looking hurricane sunset right there.
With Tropical Storm Elsa safely passing to the south and only about 30 knots overnight, we woke to a secure boat anchored in tropical paradise. So sometimes the third answer is the right one. So once again it was time to explore, this time to Culebrita's famous baths.
It's pretty sweet. Just figuring out the right way to get there is kind of the interesting part. All right. pretty intense in that hole, man.
Water thing.
Look at these things. They're some kind of mollusk, and they're just like embedded in the rock. You know what I mean? Well, that was pretty cool. It was pretty difficult to find a place to get in the water and sit. And I guess that's kind of how it is. Super pretty. Really pretty. Zeke is one climbing mountain rock dog. Always impressed where he manages to go with us. I don't know how he does it. Part goat. Are you part goat? You look like a goat. Thing's still there. It's always a welcome sight. Good job not floating away, Mango. We've had to prep for and ride out a number of tropical storms and hurricanes in our time as boat owners. And while this one was pretty mild in comparison, it was definitely our favorite place to do so. Sometimes the wind just blows you away.
Whoa. Good cast. This is your favorite beach?
Yeah, I don't want to leave it.
We'll come back though. At some point. Well, the hurricane is passed and we are none the worse for wear. It was a little windy last night, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't anything more than it has been really here. So yeah, we just rode it out. This morning it was beautiful. And we went to shore for one last Culebrita day, all by our lonesomes. Now other people have shown up, so we're getting out of here and going back to Culebrita to get some work done. We fared really, really well being in the hurricane box for this hurricane.